Good morning, Story Trading VIPs. It's Wednesday. No, it's Tuesday, June 27th. So Wednesday's coming tomorrow. We have Chris Tuttle for Wednesday, 12 p.m. And then Thursday, we have Rexman coming 12 p.m. So stay tuned for all of that. All right, this morning we got lots of nice catalysts. Actually, I didn't even look at the indices. All right, that's the way I like it. That's why we traded for years without even looking at QQQ SPY because I'm just focused on my individual stocks. So let's just take a quick look. So QQQ bouncing off the 20 DMA, and then SPY, let's see what that's doing. Hopefully off the 20 DMA. This would be great. It's a possibility this holds, and then we're like really, really bullish. But you have to be aware of the possibility that this breaks down and goes to the 50 DMA, and that would still be bullish. Look at this long-term chart in the last 6 months on QQQ. It's hit the 50 DMA at least once right here, right? And made an attempt. It broke the 20 DMA, made it to the 200, bounced off the 200 before. Over here, it went below the 20 DMA. It was a false breakdown. So you could go below the 20 DMA and make your way towards the 50 and still be in a bullish channel. But the ideal is we bounce off the 20 DMA, and that's what's happening so far. So, hopefully we just have this relative stability here so we can do stock picking. Let me just take a double check on other items here. RK, IWM. Oh, BITO, is that back up to? It's hanging in there, hanging on those gains. KWeb, China, getting a bid this morning. VIX is down, so all of that hopefully will hold for the day. All right, going to our picks this morning. So I try to order these best I can in terms of what I think has the best risk reward for the day. And as I've been saying, a lot of the stuff we've been picking on the morning show, they end up being good long-term picks. So it's good to kind of decipher and discern when we're looking at these news feeds. I'll try to do it here best I can, but also do it for yourself. Say, hey, especially if you're not a trader, some people are traders, some are not. Say, all right, here's an important news. It could be an inflection point. Maybe I want to pick up this stock for the long term. Oh, well, look at this. FFIE, got to take a detour, secures up to 105 million funding commitment. Let's see what that is. Plus accelerating existing commitment. Investor round is led by existing investors. This funding commitment will support the ongoing production delivery of this here. I don't think I saw the terms, but that's probably good news. And the stock's probably up. It's up slightly. All right, but we got better picks today. It's a high-risk penny stock. It moves like crazy. So my top pick for the day is going to be Unity. Unity, not a stock I've ever actually traded before, but it's been on my watch list. And 2 items came through this morning. We have like multiple catalysts at work from a story trading perspective. So this morning we had an AI press release. So Unity unleashes the power of AI for creators, supercharging content creation and user engagement. That's sentiment check, right? It's riding the sentiment of the AI and the tailwind of AI. Give it a check to sentiment. Remember the 4 pillars at story trading. Then we had a catalyst here. Wells Fargo initiated coverage with an overweight rating and a $48 price target. So that's a catalyst. And also the AI news is a catalyst. And now we got a double check. Not only that, we have 2 catalysts, which are stack catalysts, which I really like. So sentiment and catalyst looking good for Unity, and it's bouncing off the 20 DMA. This is how I like to trade. All right, so we got multiple catalysts working here. I don't know the company well, don't know the fundamentals well, but I do know it's a very popular stock with a $14 billion market cap. So that makes me feel good about the fundamentals. It's good to feel good about the fundamentals because then you have an option. If it doesn't work out today, then you can feel comfortable holding the stock for a few days, a few weeks, maybe even it deserves, depending on the situation, a few months or quarters. So it's good to have that rather than if you're trading an FFIE, you got to be fast, right? You got to make sure to get out because of a possible offering, which is what we did the other week with FFIE. But here, I like Unity bouncing off here. I think it can continue to have a good day today. Upside targets would be maybe $40 to $42 potentially in play today through the end of the week. 40 to 42. Gap fill you got to be aware of. Couple supports, 37.72, yesterday's high. And then today's close is 36.73. Be aware of both of those levels as a potential gap fills. What was it? A stock that had a gap fill. Oh, it was Lucid. And that's okay. Speaking of, look at this gap fill on Lucid we had yesterday. Unbelievable. So Lucid, I continue to like this for a short-term swing, let's call it. I think yesterday's news was very significant with Aston Martin precisely because the fundamentals are bad with Lucid. Fundamentals are bad. That's why it's been going down. They had to dilute, right? Dilute. But yesterday's catalyst actually speaks to the fundamentals. Yesterday's catalyst is, bigger TAM, different business model, licensing stuff out for higher profit margins, like all of that look like they're in play with this deal with Aston Martin, and you can get lots of other car companies too. So it's probably not enough to turn the fundamentals around, but it's enough to change the sentiment about the future fundamentals. So I really like that. That's a powerful catalyst we got yesterday out of Lucid. So I'm thinking this still has legs to at least the 20 DMA. It didn't reach quite there yesterday, but I still think that catalyst was good enough to try to touch that 20 DMA at some point 633, and perhaps even break it and make a move to there's a 50 DMA, which almost coincides with the top of this gap here at $7.49. All that's possibly in play. I think Lucid's maybe a little riskier because from what I know, I think the fundamentals, the cash flow situation, probably worse at Lucid than, say, a Unity, even though I don't know for sure. I'm just inferring that based on what I know. All right. Couple of things. LLAP, this has been on our list since like a week ago, trying to play this event anticipation run, and it hasn't worked out, barely hugging the 20 DMA. But last night we had an insider buy. Okay, insider buy from the Senior Vice President of Business Development, who also acts as the investor relations guy, Jonathan Siegelman. I've met him twice. Very nice guy, very knowledgeable about the company. Like one of the best IR guys I've ever spoken to in my life. Really knows everything inside and out. So to me, he's obviously making a bet on the decision coming July 5th, right? The $2.4 billion deal with Rivada. And to me, it's not like, let me trick the market. It was 20,000 shares, okay, or 30,000 shares, something like that. So it's a, nominal purchase, but probably not a rich guy, right? He's like the IR guy. And I don't think, like, let's say if a CEO does a token purchase, it may be because it's trying to pump up the stock. But in this case, what's the use of trying to pump up the stock? Because come Tuesday, the stock will either be over $2 or under $1. Right. So there's absolutely no purpose at all to say, let me go make a token purchase. I think his making this purchase as a bet on this ITU decision. And he probably thinks it'll be approved, but he doesn't really know either. Right. So this is a risk coming into it. But I could see, and I would hope that this catalyst gets other people to think, hey, if this insider is making a bet on the ITU decision, maybe I should make a bet on it too. So this is taking longer to develop than I thought. It's Wednesday here. I would think most people who want to be in this prior to this decision should really try to be in it by Friday. There may be one more day. Is the market open Monday? I think it is. I'm not sure. I think we're closed Tuesday, open Monday, and after the end of this week. But I think most traders would want to be in before the end of the week. So I'm sticking with my thesis. And if it doesn't work out, I got to play it. Got to go by my rules and what I know best. So I'm still looking at a target of like 150, the 200 DMA. It's been dropping. It was 160, so now it's like 154. Every day it drops a couple cents, but that's my target, the 50 DMA on LLAP. And if this doesn't run, man, I don't know. I don't want to say I'm doing something wrong, but if this doesn't work, this is, to me, it's like one of the best setups there is out there. But if it doesn't work, I don't know. Is it because people at the ITU leaked what they're going to do? Maybe. I don't know. All right. But in any case, we got ILMN with news last night. ILMN, I love this news. Last night, after hours, announcing reducing headcount. And here we go. Reducing analyzed run rate expenses by over $100 million in 2023. Now, they're not profitable at this moment, but if they were profitable, reducing expenses would by 100 million should increase your profits by 100 million. Put a multiple on that. What kind of multiple do you want to put? Let's say a 10 to 20 multiple. PE, that's adding $1 to $2 billion in value. Let's take the midpoint of that. So $1.5 billion in value being added to ILMN. If you look at the market cap and divide that by 30 million, that's about a 5%. So 5% value being added over here. Yesterday, the stock closed at 192. So if you take 192 and multiply that by 5%, that's about $200. So it's getting a little bit of a bid this morning, but I'm a little bit surprised it's not doing better. Now, this is, I may have it wrong, and this is just back in the napkin math, and it doesn't mean it's going to hold that level. The calculation I did there, I'm trying to think, what are other people going to think, right? That's what I care about. What are other people going to think today? Is the rest of the market going to think, oh, this can add 5% value, where that's where I want to be? I want to anticipate the anticipation of others. So that's what I'm trying to do here. I'm not trying to say it actually adds 5% of fundamental value to the company. I don't care about that, right? I'm just trying to do a trade on this. So we got in yesterday and after hours, And I'm thinking the stock has a chance to move towards 200. And in this case, I'm going to be a scale seller, right? And sell at different resistance levels. Like I see some at 195, 197. You got psychological resistance at 199. So this is my trade on ILMN. And I hope that works out. And I hope it works out quickly because we got some other ideas we like here, right? With Unity and Lucid and LLAP already. We have a full position in LLAP though. All right. But that's my play here, looking for a rapid re-rating towards 5%. Again, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I got to take the bet the way I see it. And that's how I see them with LLAP and ILMN. All right, IBM is a carryover from yesterday. I'm going to go through one of the things I've noticed as we've been going through our morning shows is that sometimes you got to stick with the thesis more than one day sometimes, like a catalyst, right? Sometimes it takes a day or so for a catalyst to really work out. So I'm going to go through some things that had their catalyst yesterday but didn't make huge moves. So IBM bought a software company yesterday morning. It's a pretty significant purchase. I think it was like, $4.6 billion in cash. Just to quickly recap, it's not an AI company per se. It doesn't look like it is, but they do talk about how this can help them leverage and do some better things with their Watson AI solution. We haven't heard about IBM and AI much, and they've had this Watson AI for a long time. So I'm thinking this acquisition plus the relative strength we had yesterday in a down market can draw attention to it. And I always have this kind of thesis that in a mega trend, every stock will get its turn, right? So in a mega trend, every stock will get its turn. I don't think IBM has had its turn yet. Did have this big move here, but relative to how other AI stocks did, this is not much. And it's also pulled back. This is part of the reason why I like it. It's just pulled back so much from 140 all the way near this 50-week support. So, with yesterday's catalyst, could it get a second wind or even a first wind if people, it becomes a popular kind of AI stock? I think that's all in play. So I'm looking at targets here at 200-day moving average, 50-day moving average, a couple dollars higher. And potentially, who knows? I'm gonna see. Maybe an analyst will come out and talk about yesterday's acquisitions. I wouldn't be surprised in the next couple of days to see an analyst come out and say IBM is an overlooked AI play. Wouldn't be surprised. Okay. And then if that happens, then you can break that 20-week moving average right here. That's the 20-day moving average. I'm sorry. But you can break these different, moving averages and make a move towards this playground here where it was before in the 134 to 139 area. So I continue to like IBM here. I don't know much about Snow. I just know a lot of people are talking to me about it. So I just want to let you know they have, I think, an analyst day today. Yesterday, they were speaking at some AI event with NVIDIA, some sort of panel. So there's a lot of like AI hype around this. I know it's a popular growth stock, and that's all I know. I'm not making any predictions about it, but just wanted to let you know it's on the calendar of traders today because of some investor event later. All right, Wolf, another follow through. They got $2 billion in non-dilutive funding for silicon carbide. It looks great, right? That I love non-dilutive financing. It's usually a positive catalyst. So maybe this will take, another day. I reached out to Gain Erickson at Air, and I asked him about what he thought about this Wolf deal. And I'm going to, and it was very helpful commentary. We're going to save that for VIPs. I'm going to do a little recording later today, and I'll disclose the email I sent Gain and his answer. And that's going to give us some insights into whether this Wolf deal is going to be good for Air. Okay, so I like what I heard, but the VIPs will hear the details later in a separate video. All right, just want to let you know about a little penny stock, AREB. This is like a Trump DWAC stock in that category of DWAC, rum, etc., because they sell like patriotic goods, and it's always been lumped in to that group of stocks. They did a 1-for-25 reverse split this morning. It's up on now. It's a low floater with like 700,000 share. Let me see here. 17 million divided by 25. Yeah, about 700,000 shares outstanding now. And you can't see the long-term chart on this, unfortunately. But it's I don't know a lot about this stock, but I've looked at. You can look at these fundamentals a little bit, and it doesn't look terrible. It looks like the revenue has been growing. And it looks like they don't have a huge cash loss burn. Look at this. Like you can see right here that they had 4.4 million revenue in Q1 and a 227,000 net loss in Q1. That's not terrible. Like 16 million, and now the company is worth like 3 million market cap, something like that. So there's a high risk stock. I'm not in it, but it's something to watch if you're into these kind of exciting high risk things and reverse split plays. AREB could be fun today. We're continuing to watch Virgin Galactic. They're going to take their first commercial flight on Friday. Again, as I explained yesterday, I think this is much higher risk than the other ones that are top of our list. It's already had a big move. They did a big dilutive financing, but certainly you can get second wind once it gets all over the media Friday morning of their launch, their first commercial launch. But be careful holding into it. What if it crashes? All right. So, and again, just want to mention, what else did we have? News that maybe a second day that maybe it might do good today. DRIO had that news from Sanofi yesterday. Well, what's that about? No, it's only 174 shares. So DRIO had that Sanofi news yesterday. So maybe it'll move today. We'll see. Lumber Liquidators had this news that they rejected the $5.76 buyout offer, and then it crashed. I don't know, man. I think there's a chance you're going to see that activist investor buy more shares and revise their offer. The whole market yesterday thinking, okay, because they rejected 576, they're never going to sell, and that's why it went down. I think that's actually could be an opportunity on Lumber Liquidators, kind of right off the 50-week moving average over there. And with that, relative strength in Palantir we're watching. SOUN has had relative strength and trying to break out of 450, make a move towards 6. But time is running low, so we got to go to Vegas. Let's go. Morning, Vegas.
Good morning. How's everyone doing?
Good. Haven't seen you in a couple days. Hope you're feeling well.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I got some big caps on my list, which I usually don't have, so I'm excited about that. We got Unity and Lucid, IBM, Snow, Wolf, Air. We got lots of bigger caps we're looking at. What do you got on your list?
Well, I'm gonna definitely be watching Snow. I like the news about their and with NVIDIA, because I love NVIDIA as well, with their news about teaming together for their data, generative AI in the data cloud. So I like that. So I'm gonna be watching that. In particular, I'm going to be watching the level on NVIDIA to get over 414. And Snow looks good if it can get over 177.50. So I want to see which direction it's going to go, but it should hopefully go to the upside. And I watch those two. I know you're watching Lucid with regards to the insider purchase. So that looks good.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I mentioned the Aston Martin this morning, but there was also, as you mentioned, the Saudi Arabia investor put in like almost $2 billion, I think it was. I missed that. Saudi investment. Here it is. The Saudi investment fund, $1.8 billion at $6.83 a share. Totally missed that. Wow. And the stock's at 580. Yeah. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah. Large insider purchase after hours yesterday. And that's pretty much it.
Oh, wait. You're saying in addition to that, what I just said, there's also an insider purchase?
Yeah, after hours yesterday.
Oh, I missed that. What was the? Do you know the details on that?
That's why it had popped. Let me see if I have some details.
Let me see.
That's why Lucid.
I'll race you.
It was an after hours purchase yesterday. Let's see. Oh yeah, was that the 10% public investment fund? That's the one.
Yeah, that's the one I just covered. Yeah.
Okay, so it's the same one. We're talking about the same one.
Yeah, that's the same one. $6.83, 265 million shares. Same one, 1.8 billion. Okay, awesome.
So that's the one. So other than that, really not looking at anything else. I mean, this week the volume's pretty low. I think people are getting ready to go away for the long weekend. Look forward to next week when the market back. Hopefully the volume will come back into the market. People back from their long weekends. I think people are getting in vacation mode. Probably starting tomorrow. So I'm just gonna watch a couple plays, but nothing really that's of interest right now except the ones I just mentioned, NVIDIA and Snow. I'm watching some other ones, but nothing really to talk about unless I see some action. So nothing much
is the
going
market closed on Monday? I know
the market's closed. The market's closed on Tuesday.
It's Tuesday,
but it's the middle of the week. So normally what happens, in most cases, a lot of people take to tomorrow they'll be off. Yeah. They'll be off Wednesday, and they're taking the full week. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then they come back Wednesday. So a lot of people, today's their last day. Talk about the fat cats, right? And then they're off starting tomorrow, and they'll be back the following Wednesday. So in my opinion, you'll see the volume probably lighten up. So I don't expect too much action in the markets. So
all right, let me get, before you go,
okay.
let me get your opinion on Unity. So Unity had a lot of catalysts this morning. AI catalysts, they got an upgrade by firm. Wells Fargo, 40 initiation, $48 price target. We see relative strength up already 5.5% this morning. Do you see any opportunity here from a day trade perspective of
No. This is, you got to buy this one on a pullback. I mean, I kind of feel that if people buy it now, they might be chasing it a little bit because it had the catalyst. You know, it's up already 5%. So, I mean, I would say that if somebody wanted to still get in, you know, they could take a tiny position, small size, and then add on pullbacks, you know? So I wouldn't definitely go in and take a big position at all. That's just my opinion. But then again, you know, I have a nice entry. Well, you know, I've been in the Unity for quite some time. So that's, you know, been doing well. But I'm just saying, you know, usually I don't like to always buy the tops. When you know, I take a smaller size, you know.
Absolutely.
But I definitely don't want to load up or go in heavy when you're buying it at the top. So, you know, when I got in, I was around almost $30. So
nice.
That's a good end. But that was back from, you know, April. The other thing too is that there was another stock, BDTX. That one had some fantastic news. It's a biotech stock, and the news on that one was that they had their initial. It's up this morning over 136%. This company had some data that showed anti-tumor activity on their BDTX 1535 in non-small cell lung cancer patients. So that one there showed some results there across multiple mutation families. So, you know, stock is going. One to watch, you know, for maybe down the road, but I'm definitely not going to trade it. I don't want, you know, it's up so much.
Yeah, that's something to watch.
All right. One to watch. So that's it for now.
All right. Awesome.
Okay,
Sounds great.
everyone, have a great day. Thank you.
You too. Good luck.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.